Okay, this is Chris with AvigationPro.com. I'm here with Etienne. Etienne was one of my very first customers. Etienne, I can't say it enough. Thank you so much. We met out on the ramp. I was on a corporate trip in Boston. Gave you a business card. We ended up talking a few times, and you picked up my course. So I know you're currently in flight training. Real quick, can you kind of tell me where you're at in the process?
Yeah, sure. I have about 32 hours under my belt. I've soloed a few times, and now I'm working on my cross country and flight plan and stuff. I've done my stage one check, and ground schools have all been done at, like you mentioned, I go to 141 school, so I did all my ground schooling up to commercial. Did fine in all of them. So now I'm just trying to match the flight time with the ground instructions. And yeah.
Okay, awesome. And my course is designed to kind of guide three people through the flight training process, make it more efficient. Tell me about your experience. You've had time now to go through all the 10 hours that I provide. Tell me about the course. What was your takeaway? How'd you feel about it?
Oh, I love the course. Like biggest thing, it was very organized. So it's not like even for a new person who knows like probably nothing about aviation or the training experience. It's very cut and clear. You know where to go. The way you word things and explain things very crystal clear. And um, think the best thing about it, well, my favorite part is the area you highlighted about mistakes and tips with training. Um, Specifically where you were talking about, the mindset of when you get in the plane, you have to, say, all right, this is my flight, this is my plane. You take command of it, um, and you kind of gives you a confidence boost, and um, that just really helps you to stay focused and put forward your best foot. And even the area where you talk about preparation, coming into the flight with the knowledge that you were supposed to read up upon, so your instructor can be like, oh wow, so this guy already knows what I'm talking about. Maybe we'll be able to start moving on faster. And like you said, the faster you move, um, you know, the less money you have to spend, going back over things. So,
Hmm.
and that's really the biggest benefit with this training. Yeah.
Yeah, so flight training is expensive. It's fairly complex, and as a professional pilot, I try to train student pilots to kind of approach each lesson like a professional would. It's all about knowing what's coming next, anticipating, and preparing properly. Um, well, let me ask you this. So you spent $200. It's roughly 10 hours of training. For what you spent, how did you feel about the value that the course provided?
Oh, honestly, I thought it was worth every penny. I mean, I wish I would have seen this earlier. I could have definitely used this last year. It's a really good tool for a lot of people, no matter if you've been in aviation, all your life, you've been around airplanes all the time, or you have no exposure to the aviation field. It really puts things into perspective of how you need to line your priorities up, how you need to study, how you can make a good financial plan for paying it off. Because I mean, honestly, doing this is like going to college all over again. Or if you're going to college and doing this, like going to college twice. It's a pretty big expense. So
Hmm.
I mean, you spend this $200 to save a couple thousand in the end, which is worth it. Yeah.
That's what I'm after, man. Helping people kind of go through the process and just be, better able to deal with it. So many people go 60 hours, 80 hours. They're flying double the requirement, and this is just kind of designed to help them, cut down on it. So my course is specifically designed for student pilots who, are working towards a private license. Many have aspirations to go beyond, like you, in a professional flight training program. What would you say to other student pilots considering this program? Do you think it'll help them?
Oh yeah, I definitely think this is a very big asset. And especially with the time that we're in right now, where everybody's hiring. You want to get this done ASAP. You want to put your best foot forward so you can get hired and get in as soon as possible. And it's really going to make the process a whole lot easier because you actually have a good bit of knowledge um, and you have an expectation of what you're going to need to do, and you'll be able to really trying to look for the word. You'll be able to foresee a lot of the challenges that will often come with training for all your different tickets.
Yeah, aviation, man, it's all about preparing for what's coming next, anticipating, knowing what's coming
Mm-hmm.
and being prepared for it, isn't it? Well, Etienne, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, picking up my course. I hope you'll continue to look for me as, a resource. Come to me with questions and information. And thank you so much for this review. I appreciate it.
Definitely, no problem.
All right, man.